So, I'm working on a prototype for a game that involves procedural generation of spaceships and them crashing together. Whoa, cool crashes. And it generates different ships. They're very boring, regular ships. So this is it's a 2D game, and each row, that's a deck. And there's this ship here has 3 decks. At the present, they all start at x equals 0, so they're kind of boring ships. And they always start horizontally aligned, so their collisions aren't terribly interesting. But this has taken, this is pretty rudimentary, and this has taken friggin' ages. Bloody Unity's 2D physics system is a pain in the bum. Each joint between something that stays connected is a distance joint and a rotation joint. So at the present, they sort of just bounce into each other. There's various factors I can adjust, like the strength of the join between them before it will break. So if I crank up the strength to ridiculously high, they just sort of doing and bounce off each other fairly uninterestingly. There's lots of hilarious bugs I've found, or at least bugs that I caused. So if I change this separation variable that determines how the rotational joints join together, then everything just goes sproing, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And then I realized that the ships were sort of assembling into an extremely sparse version of themselves, which was really confusing. Other problems I encountered were, let me do that. I think that will result in the hilarity I found. When ships would just group together into this quivering blob. And that took an age to find out. When they hit, it's pretty fun. The bits start popping off and just snapping into weird shapes. That was a fun one to try to fix. There's just sort of this vaguely jellyish quivering. But so hold on, let me just unbreak everything I just broke. So my thought is to have them sort of smash together, to generate a few ships, smash them together, and have them sort of stick together a little bit, so if you hit another block with sufficient force, then you'll just glue to it. And so you'll have some bits that fly off, but you'll end up with a cohesive chunk. And the idea is you get a bunch of ships, you smash them together, and then you explore the smashed up remnants. So at present, the only block type I've got is a bulkhead, but eventually there'll be engines, maybe, control rooms, cargo, fuel, and other fun stuff. But yeah, it's fun procedurally generating stuff and then smashing it up. Let me see, let me just make a quick change to the bit that spawns the blocks and give it a little more speed. See what happens. Bam! Ha! That's cool. Or nah. I was going to put them in 2 different places and bang them together at an angle, but that would be complicated. I can't be bothered. That was pretty cool. Let's get silly. Smash! Let's see that again. Okay, I've had my fun. Bye bye.